Over the past weekend, the 103rd Oregon Trail Days celebration was held within the Panhandle community of Gering. During the annual celebration, Boy Scout Troop 13 celebrated an entire century of scouting. KNEB reports that Troop 13 has been a cornerstone of the scouting community for decades, providing countless young men with opportunities to develop character, leadership skills, community service projects, and a love for the outdoors. The 100-year anniversary celebration for Troop 13 was an opportunity to celebrate with current and former scouts, along with their families, and reminisce about the troop's rich history. And a Mitchell woman who was the target of a wing drug task force investigation in early 2023 has avoided any additional time behind bars. Miranda Chalupa was arrested following a controlled buy in which the 42-year-old sold methamphetamine to a working task force. Chalupa pleaded no contest to the Class 2 felony in May and last week appeared back in court and received a term of 18 months probation in lieu of incarceration that could have ranged from 1 to 50 years, according to KNEB. And in courtroom news, a Scottsbluff County judge has found a Terrytown woman guilty on drug distribution charges following a May bench trial. Tina Sanchez was arrested in November following a traffic stop where a police canine helped officers locate more than 10 grams of suspected methamphetamine. A glass pipe with white residue and a digital scale. Sanchez stood trial on May 13th on charges of possession of meth and no drug tax stamp. Late last month, the 56-year-old was found guilty on all counts. Sentencing in the case has been set for August 23rd. And the meth convictions alone carry a mandatory minimum of 3 years in prison, according to KNEB. And a Scottsbluff man has been sentenced following convictions on charges of attempted second-degree assault and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. Jason Lealing was arrested in October after getting into an argument with a man on West Overland and attempted to run him over with his Jeep. KNEB reports that it took a Scottsbluff County jury approximately 1 hour to come back with a guilty verdict following his April trial. The 45-year-old Scottsbluff man has been sentenced to a total of 60 days in jail, with 25 days credit already served, as well as a term of 2 years of probation. And with just days left before the deadline, Support Our Schools Nebraska is still collecting signatures for the petition drive, working to get their cause on the November ballot. The petition wants to repeal a law dealing with scholarships for private schools. It's similar to their campaign last year, which was kept off the ballot when the Opportunity Scholarship Act was nullified by the passage of another bill. That law devotes $10 million from the general fund to scholarships to private schools.
We had very unhappy voters who had signed the petition to get the chance to vote, and that vote was taken from them, so we're doing it again. We're shooting for our goal. We are just a whisker away from having way over enough to qualify.
The group needs at least 63,000 signatures by Wednesday to get the issue on the ballot. Benson says they've gathered nearly 90,000. State Senator Lou Ann Linehan, who spearheaded both bills, said in a statement she expects they will get the signatures they need, adding that their opposition to private school scholarships for low-income kids shows, quote, they are not putting kids first. And with the dangerous heat, there are several things to keep in mind when it comes to keeping kids safe. On Friday, a foster mom made her first court appearance in Omaha after allegedly leaving a 5-year-old in her SUV for hours. It is the fourth heat-related death of a child in a car to happen in Nebraska between 1990 and 2023, according to the national nonprofit group Kids and Car Safety. Another group called No Heat Stroke, who tracks child deaths in cars, says there have been 10 deaths so far this year.
The one that we most often hear about is and about 54% of the cases, where children are accidentally forgotten in vehicles by a parent or other caregiver.
Other scenarios are when a child gets into a car on their own or when someone knowingly leaves a child in the car. No Heat Stroke says it doesn't take long for a vehicle to get dangerously hot, and education and awareness are crucial in stopping future tragedies. Now turning to the weather, meteorologist Andre Brooks joins us from the Weather Center, and it looks like another hot one.
Yes, it sure will be, Victoria, but things will start to cool on down very, very soon, and we're looking at those very mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies at this time here across the Panhandle, and I'm here to tell you those temperatures are going up mainly in the 80s and 90s, and it's not even noon yet, folks, so these temperatures are expected to continue to increase to near triple digits in some locations, and we will see those mainly sunny skies. But once we get into tonight and into our Tuesday, we will see the chances of some strong to severe storms with damaging winds and hail for both overnight tonight and and into our Tuesday, and that's something that we're going to be watching very, very closely with those thunderstorm chances lasting through the weekend. So Victoria, it looks like things are about to change as far as the weather pattern is concerned.
It looks like it. Thank you, Andre. And new details are being released about the shooter involved in the assassination attempt. Here's a look at the police perimeter near the home of the shooter, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. Law enforcement says he had explosive material inside his car and home, and a source also said that the gun used was an AR-style weapon that was traced to the shooter's father. One person was killed and 2 others critically injured. And former President Donald Trump's campaign started a GoFundMe to raise money for the victims shot during Saturday's rally in Pennsylvania. The Trump campaign says the former president authorized the account. Some of the Trump's allies and supporters are sharing the GoFundMe link online, including Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, who is a leading contender to be Trump's vice presidential pick. And the Republican National Convention starts today and is scheduled to go on as planned following the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Heightened security can be seen around the venue, expecting tens of thousands of people. With helicopters above and tall fences being set in place, security is top of mind as people arrive to support the Republican Party. Many are still trying to wrap their minds around this terrifying incident, expressing shock and disgust, while others say that the failed assassination attempt will produce an outpouring of affection for Trump that will electrify the convention this week. And that's all we have for now. Remember to join us weekdays for the Panhandle Roundup, covering the stories in the Panhandle that matter to you. Have a great day.